Have you ever wondered which structures were considered the greatest achievements of humanity? The 7 wonders of the world are not just massive buildings, statues, or architectural monuments. They are symbols of human genius, ambition, the pursuit of eternity, and art that has survived through the centuries. Some of these wonders we can see with our own eyes, while others exist only in legends, myths, and reconstructions that attempt to bring their glory back to life for modern generations. But what unites all of these structures? They amaze not only with their size, but also with their craftsmanship, engineering ingenuity, and aesthetic beauty. In this video, we will embark on a journey through the ancient world, from the deserts of Egypt to the cities of Mesopotamia, from the temples of Greece to the Lighthouse of Alexandria. To explore each of these magnificent human creations in detail, we will dive into their history, uncover the secrets of their construction, and reveal fascinating facts that help us understand how people thousands of years ago could build works that still inspire millions today. Prepare for a journey through time and space. We will uncover the stories of great pharaohs, Greek sculptors, Babylonian rulers, and masters of antiquity who created masterpieces unparalleled in human history. Welcome to the world of the 7 wonders of the world. Imagine yourself again on the hot plateau of Giza. The sun slowly rises over the golden sands, and a gentle breeze carries the scent of incense and freshly quarried stone blocks. On the horizon rises the Great Pyramid of Khufu, a symbol of the pharaoh's ambition and the grandeur of ancient Egypt. This pyramid is not merely a pile of stone. It is a masterpiece of engineering, philosophy, and faith. Imagine tens of thousands of people working day after day under the blazing sun. Stonecutters carefully select blocks from the quarry, shaping them with chisels and copper tools, while workers use wooden rollers, ropes, and inclined ramps to lift the stones to great heights. Each block weighs between 2 and 10 tons, and the total weight of the pyramid exceeds 6 million tons. Life of the workers. They lived in camps near the construction site. During the day, they pulled stones and built complex structures. In the evening, they ate bread, onions, fish, and dates, sometimes singing to maintain rhythm. The work was exhausting, but the sense of creating something eternal united them all. Interesting fact: construction took around 20 years, involving over 100,000 people: stonecutters, engineers, architects, priests performing rituals, and laborers moving massive blocks. The pyramid is aligned with the cardinal points to within a few minutes, and its internal chambers, including the Grand Gallery and the King's Chamber, were built with mathematical precision. Scholars still debate the purpose of some corridors, possibly for rituals or astronomical observation. Night work and rituals. Sometimes construction continued at night, illuminated by torches. Priests performed ceremonies to bless the work, invoking the protection of gods and guiding the energy of construction. Legends say that at night the pyramid seemed to come alive. Shadows formed patterns, and torchlight reflected off the surfaces, creating a mystical atmosphere. Interesting fact: the Great Pyramid was originally covered in polished white limestone, reflecting sunlight and shining like a beacon visible for miles. Today, most of this casing is gone, but fragments allow researchers to reconstruct its original brilliance. Mysteries and myths. Numerous legends surround the pyramid. Some claim hidden knowledge or treasures lie inside. Others suggest it was both the trial and salvation of Khufu's soul. Scientists and archaeologists still debate the exact construction methods, the purpose of internal chambers, and how the heaviest stones were raised without modern equipment. Astronomical aspects. The pyramid was connected to star observation. Corridors and chambers align with certain stars and constellations, allowing priests to track astronomical events, seasonal changes, and create agricultural calendars. Imagine the evening. The sun sets, casting golden and orange light over the pyramid, shadows stretching across the sand like a giant guardian of time. We see not just stones, we see the lives, labor, dreams, and faith of thousands who built this wonder. Every block, every corridor testifies to human genius and the quest for eternity. The greatness of the Great Pyramid lies not only in stone and size, it embodies dreams, the strength of the human spirit, and the desire to leave a mark on eternity. Every generation that gazes upon it feels the breath of the ancient world, the harmony of knowledge and skill, and the pursuit of perfection. The Great Pyramid of Khufu connects us to the past, myths, science, and mysteries, reminding us of what the human mind is capable of achieving. Imagine yourself on the banks of the mighty Euphrates in the heart of ancient Babylon. The sun gently illuminates the golden walls of the city. The river sparkles in the light, and the air is filled with the scents of flowers and fruits. Amidst the bustling city, among temples and markets, rise the hanging gardens of Babylon, a true wonder of engineering and natural harmony. The hanging gardens were not just terraces with plants. Picture green oases suspended in the air, with palms, vines, roses, jasmine, pomegranate trees, and grapevines cascading down like waterfalls of greenery. Each terrace was filled with the fragrances of flowers and fruits, providing cool shade in the hot city. Water from the Euphrates was lifted through a complex system of aqueducts, pumps, and screw lifts, turning stone terraces into a living, breathing garden. Interesting fact: the exact design of the gardens remains a mystery. No one knows precisely how the ancient engineers lifted water several meters without modern pumps. It is believed that special screw-like devices provided a continuous flow to irrigate trees and plants. The life of the workers was hard but meaningful. Stonecutters and engineers lifted heavy blocks, built terraces, and reinforced aqueducts, while gardeners cared for every plant, watering and trimming leaves to keep the gardens alive and beautiful. Their days began at dawn under the blazing sun, but every minute of work was filled with purpose. They were creating not just a structure, but a paradise in the midst of stone. Evenings were spent enjoying the coolness and fragrances of the gardens, rewards for their labor. Interesting fact: the gardens included many plants: figs, palms, pomegranates, grapes, jasmine, roses, and exotic trees from distant lands. Historians believe this variety created the effect of a hanging forest and an unparalleled exotic atmosphere. King Nebuchadnezzar II built the gardens for his wife, Queen Amytis, who missed the green hills of her homeland. Legends say she could walk along the terraces, surrounded by scents and coolness, feeling as if she were in her native forests far from the deserts of Babylon. The gardens became a symbol of love, care, and the human desire to connect with nature in the heart of a bustling city. At night, the gardens took on a magical quality. Torchlight reflected off green leaves and shiny fruits, creating illusions of movement and light. Priests performed rituals to bless the plants and water, ensuring the garden's harmony and vitality. Legends say that at night, the garden seemed to come alive. The wind whispered through the vines, fruits shimmered in torchlight, and it felt as if nature itself responded to human hands. Interesting fact, architects employed complex engineering to support the weight of soil, water, and plants on the terraces. Each terrace was reinforced with stone walls and drainage systems to ensure the gardens remained stable for centuries. The beauty of the gardens was breathtaking. Vibrant greenery intertwined with flowers of every shade. Crimson roses, white jasmine, purple grape leaves, and golden pomegranate fruits. Birds sang, water murmured, and the space felt like a true idyll. The gardens were a mirage in the city, a place of inspiration and harmony, where anyone could feel the connection between humans and nature. The hanging gardens of Babylon are a wonder of engineering, beauty, and creativity. They demonstrate how ancient civilizations combined technology and nature, creating oases in hot, dry lands. Every generation that hears of the gardens feels the magic, harmony, and skill invested in their creation, understanding that even thousands of years ago, humans aspired to create paradise on Earth. In the ancient valleys of the East, where Tigris and Euphrates intertwined in silvery waters, rose the great Semiramis, whose power and wisdom awed the nations. She was born into a royal house, yet her path was neither simple nor easy. Becoming a wife, then a sovereign, she rose above a world ruled by men. Semiramis built cities, and Babylon, her hand's creation. Walls like giant shields reached toward the clouds to protect her people. It is said she carved canals, so rivers would bring life to fields, and gardens and date palms as guardians of eternity stretched to the sun amidst water and sand. In her reign, enemies trembled, and many tribes recognized her might. The queen was wise in diplomacy. She forged alliances, reconciled cities and peoples, preserving power while avoiding empty wars. Legends speak of her personal strength, of courage that knew no fear, and wisdom that shone like a beacon in decisions, of war and peace, law and justice. Semiramis patronized the arts, temples, scholars, and craftsmen, and every stone of her constructions held memory of the great queen, creator and ruler. Though centuries have passed and sands have erased the traces, Her name has not faded from the memory of the world. Semiramis, a symbol of female power and intellect, a queen whose glory survived the tides of time and wind. Imagine yourself in ancient Olympia, among the grand columns of temples, bustling squares, and marble sanctuaries. The sun gently illuminates every detail of the buildings. A light breeze carries the scent of resin, incense, and freshly hewn stone, and the air is filled with the solemnity of a place where people worshipped gods. Here, among the sanctuaries and altars, once stood the greatest statue of the ancient world, the statue of Zeus, inspiring awe and admiration in all who beheld it. The statue was created by the great sculptor Phidias around 435 BCE. Imagine him in his workshop, carefully applying ivory and gold, carving every fold of the robe and every line on the god's face, striving to convey both majesty, kindness, and power. Zeus sits on his throne, enormous and regal, holding a scepter in one hand and a figure of Nike, the goddess of victory, in the other. His gaze seems to penetrate the soul of every viewer, evoking awe, respect, and a sense of sacred presence. This work took several years. Stonecutters prepared marble blocks for perfect forms. Goldsmiths gilded parts of the body, and artists meticulously crafted the details of clothing and facial features. Each day was filled with labor, patience, and the pursuit of perfection. Sculptors believed they were creating not just a statue, but a living embodiment of Zeus's power and wisdom. They used hammers, chisels, abrasive stones, and precision tools for gold and ivory, each allowing them to render the finest details. The statue stood approximately 12 meters tall. It combined gold, ivory, and wood, making it incredibly luxurious and imposing. The temple was designed so that everyone entering would feel the scale and power of the deity. Its columns supported a high ceiling, while walls were decorated with bas-reliefs depicting mythological scenes. Light streaming through windows softly illuminated the statue, highlighting golden details and the shine of ivory. People entering the temple often spoke of awe that seized them from the first steps. It seemed Zeus was watching, his presence felt in the air. Priests performed rituals, burned incense, and led prayers, while visitors bowed, experiencing both fear and admiration. Every gesture, every fold of Zeus's robe was designed to convey harmony and majesty. The statue was adorned with precious stones, pearls, and other valuable materials. Its image was often used as a standard of beauty and perfection in art, inspiring sculptors, artists, and architects across Greece. The composition combined skill and spirituality, with every element imbued with symbolism. The throne represented authority, the scepter, power, and Nike, victory and harmony. Imagine evening in Olympia. The sun sets, golden and white details of the statue catch the last rays of light, and a gentle breeze carries the scent of incense and resin. People leave the square feeling awe, respect, and inspiration. The footsteps on marble, the whispers of prayers, and the aroma of candles create a sense of sacred presence. The statue of Zeus was not merely a depiction of a god. It was a symbol of strength, wisdom, and harmony, passed down through the ages. BCE's greatness of the statue of Zeus lay not only in its size and materials. It embodies humanity's pursuit of the ideal, perfection, and the union of art and spirituality. Each generation reading its descriptions senses the grandeur of the ancient world and the mastery humans can invest in creating an eternal symbol. The sculpture was both a temple of human imagination, technical skill, and faith, reminding us how art can unite the earthly and the divine. Imagine yourself on the coast of Ephesus in the first millennium BCE. The sun gently illuminates the azure waters of the Aegean Sea. A light breeze stirs the leaves of olive trees, and the streets are filled with the sounds of merchants and townspeople. Amidst the bustling city, among marketplaces and grand buildings, stood one of the most magnificent temples of the ancient world, the Temple of Artemis, dedicated to the goddess of the hunt, fertility, and nature. The temple amazed with its scale, approximately 115 meters long and 55 meters wide, with 127 marble columns, each nearly 18 meters tall. Imagine the artisans at work, stonecutters carefully shaping marble, carvers creating intricate patterns on column capitals, artists preparing wall reliefs, and architects ensuring harmony and symmetry in every element. Each day was filled with labor, patience, and creativity. The lives of the workers were hard but meaningful. Heavy stone blocks were lifted using wooden rollers, pulleys, and levers. Craftsmen polished marble to a high shine, carved decorative elements, and set columns to support the roof while maintaining the harmony of the structure. Workers labored from dawn to dusk, yet every day gave a sense of purpose and inspiration, for they were creating a temple meant to awe generations. The temple was adorned with sculptures of Artemis and mythological scenes, executed with astonishing precision. Columns were inlaid with precious stones and gold, creating an impression of luxury and grandeur. Inside, a massive statue of Artemis stood, majestic and refined, embodying fertility, the city's protection, and harmony with nature. Anyone entering the temple felt the goddess's power and guardianship, as if Artemis herself watched all who crossed her sacred threshold. Legends tell that the temple was built not only as a place of worship, but as a symbol of Ephesus's prosperity. Goddess Artemis protected the city, and the temple served as a center of religious, cultural, and commercial life. Pilgrims and merchants from all over Greece came to pay homage, bring offerings, and be inspired by the grandeur of art. Every stone symbolized the goddess's strength and wisdom. Imagine a morning in the temple. Sunlight streams softly through, the columns reflecting off polished marble. A light sea breeze carries the scent of flowers and incense. Inside, the statue of Artemis shines majestically, while the whispers of worshippers blend with the quiet sounds of artisans' tools, creating the sense of a living, inspiring space. People feel harmony, beauty, and grandeur, realizing that the temple is simultaneously a work of art, engineering mastery, and sacred place. The Temple of Artemis was destroyed and rebuilt several times, yet its magnificence remained unmatched. It symbolized not only religious devotion, but also human craftsmanship and the pursuit of harmony and beauty. Each generation reading descriptions of the temple senses the magic and grandeur of a structure that united humans and the divine, inspiring creativity and admiration. In the evening, the temple transformed into a place of special beauty. Sunset rays colored the white marble golden and pink. The statue of Artemis seemed to come alive, and a gentle breeze carried the scent of incense and fresh flowers. The sound of footsteps on marble, quiet prayers, and whispers created a sense of sacred presence. The temple demonstrated how ancient civilizations combined engineering skill, artistic talent, and religious inspiration to create monuments that inspired people for centuries and became a symbol of humanity's pursuit of perfection. The temple of Artemis in Ephesus embodied grandeur, beauty, and spirituality. It showed that humans could unite nature, religion, and skill into a single masterpiece, creating a work that inspires and awes generation after generation. Imagine yourself on the coast of the Aegean Sea in the ancient city of Halicarnassus. The sun gently illuminates the water. A light sea breeze carries the scent of salt and fresh herbs, and the sounds of the harbor and artisan workshops fill the air. Among bustling streets and marketplaces rises one of the greatest architectural achievements of the ancient world, the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, the grand tomb of the Carian ruler, Mausolus, and his wife Artemisia. The mausoleum was built around 350 BCE and amazed with its scale and harmony. Its height reached approximately 45 meters, and the structure combined elements of Greek, Egyptian, and Lydian architecture. Imagine artisans at work, stonecutters shaping massive marble blocks, sculptors creating reliefs and statues, artists designing decorative details for the facade. Each day, workers lifted heavy stones using wooden hoists, rollers, and pulleys, polished marble, and set columns while maintaining the harmony of the entire structure. The life of the builders was demanding and exhausting, but deeply meaningful. They labored from dawn to dusk, raising stone blocks, polishing marble, and creating reliefs depicting mythical scenes, battles, festivals, and daily life. Each master contributed knowledge, experience, and artistic vision. Building the mausoleum required synchronized work of hundreds of people: stonecutters, carvers, sculptors, engineers, and architects. Each day they witnessed the monument gradually coming to life, acquiring form, grandeur, and harmony. The mausoleum was adorned with magnificent sculptures. On the roof stood statues of Mausolus and Artemisia in a chariot, while the facade was covered with intricate bas-reliefs depicting battles, processions, and mythological scenes. Statues seemed alive due to detailed craftsmanship and dynamic poses. Columns and facades were decorated with precious stones, inlays, and gold, giving the structure a special brilliance and majesty. Legends say Mausolus was so great and wise that people considered him a demigod. His wife Artemisia, inspired by love and respect for her husband's rule, personally supervised the construction, motivating artisans to achieve perfection. She sought to make the mausoleum not just a tomb, but a masterpiece, a symbol of memory, grandeur, and power, capable of inspiring future generations. Imagine a morning at the Mausoleum. The first rays of sunlight glint off the white marble. A gentle breeze stirs the leaves of nearby trees, and the statues on the roof seem to come alive, illuminated by golden light. Pilgrims and passers-by stop, awed by the monument's grandeur, feeling respect for the ruler's memory, the creator's skill, and the magnificence of art. The mausoleum at Halicarnassus became a symbol of architectural and artistic perfection. It inspired sculptors, architects, and travelers for centuries, combining engineering skill, artistic vision, and the power of human memory. Its height, proportions, reliefs, and statues created a sense of harmony and grandeur experienced by every visitor. Each generation reading about the mausoleum feels the magic, grandeur, and humanity's desire to leave a lasting mark on history. The mausoleum was more than a tomb. It embodied love, memory, art, and engineering. It demonstrated how humans can unite material and spiritual values in one masterpiece, creating greatness that inspires for centuries. In the evening, as the sun sets over the horizon, the white marble glows golden. The statues on the roof appear alive, and a gentle breeze carries the scent of incense and the sea. The whispers of pilgrims and the soft sound of footsteps on marble create a sense of sacred presence. The mausoleum reminds us that humanity's greatest creations can unite history, love, memory, and art into an eternal symbol that inspires and awes for millennia. Imagine the sunny island of Rhodes in the 3rd century BCE. The blue Aegean Sea gently reflects sunlight. A light breeze stirs palm and olive trees, and the streets are filled with the voices of craftsmen and merchants. In the city's harbor rises one of the greatest wonders of the ancient world, the Colossus of Rhodes, a giant bronze statue of the sun god Helios, standing as if guarding the island with his powerful hands. The Colossus was built around 280 BCE and amazed with its scale. It reached approximately 33 meters in height, nearly as tall as a modern 10-story building. Imagine workshops and shipyards. Bronze sheets are heated and carefully joined. Massive wooden scaffolds support the structure, and craftsmen weld metal segments and reinforce the internal framework. Every day, workers lifted heavy bronze panels, hammered, fused, and polished metal, creating a masterpiece of engineering. The lives of the builders were grueling but full of purpose. Stonemasons quarried stones for the foundation. Carpenters built wooden scaffolds and hoists. Metallurgists melted bronze, and sculptors ensured the statue's proportions were perfect. Every detail, every muscle line, fold of clothing, and the sun crown on Helios's head was meticulously planned. The Colossus stood in Rhodes Harbor, and its massive figure was visible from afar. Approaching ships seemed to be greeted by the god himself. Legends say the statue symbolized not only Rhodes' victory over the siege by Mausolus and the Ptolemies, but also the unity and strength of the island's inhabitants. It was both protector and inspiration, embodying courage, resilience, and divine favor. Artisans used advanced bronze welding techniques, and the internal structure was supported by stone and wooden frames. Cranes, levers, and pulleys lifted individual segments. Each day involved meticulous labor, polishing bronze, fitting joints, and checking the stability of the structure. Imagine morning in Rhodes Harbor. The first rays of sunlight glint off the bronze. A light sea breeze stirs the sails of ships, and Helios seems to come alive, radiating golden light. People on the pier and aboard ships pause, awed by the colossal statue. The sounds of workshops blend with waves, creating a sense of living, inspiring space. The Colossus of Rhodes remained a symbol of engineering and artistic genius. It inspired sculptors, architects, and travelers for centuries. Each generation, seeing descriptions or depictions of the statue, feels its grandeur, power, and harmony. Humanity strived to create works uniting art, religion, and technology. Although the statue stood for only about 54 years before an earthquake destroyed it, its memory endures. It symbolized the indomitable spirit of Rhodes, humanity's pursuit of greatness and harmony, and the ability to unite materials, technology, and creativity into a single masterpiece. In the evening, as the sun sets over the horizon, the bronze surface reflects soft golden light, and a gentle breeze carries the scent of sea and flowers. Passers-by on the pier feel awe and inspiration, while ships slowly pass by as if greeting the sun god. The Colossus of Rhodes was not just a statue, it was a symbol of strength, beauty, craftsmanship, and the resilience of the human spirit, inspiring greatness for millennia. Imagine yourself on the shore of the Aegean Sea in the ancient city of Alexandria. A gentle breeze stirs the palms and olive trees. The soft, salty scent of the sea fills the air, and the golden pink light of sunset paints the harbor. In the distance, atop a rocky cliff, rises the Lighthouse of Alexandria, a magnificent structure connecting sky and earth, sea and city. Its fire flickers softly, illuminating the sea routes and welcoming ships arriving at the harbor. You walk closer and see the craftsmen and builders who day by day create this marvel of engineering. Stonemasons carve massive limestone blocks, carefully fitting them together. Carpenters construct wooden scaffolds and lifting mechanisms. Engineers ensure that each level of the lighthouse is level and stable. Metal workers strengthen the framework and install reflective systems for the fire. Every day, the sounds of sushi, hammering, creaking scaffolds, quiet commands, and muffled laughter fill the air. You ascend to the very top of the lighthouse, along the winding staircase, inside the massive tower. Along the way, you see small rooms for guards and craftsmen, each space filled with warmth and the glow of the fire. From here, an incredible view unfolds. The harbor spreads below, ships slowly cutting through the water, reflecting the golden sunset, and the bustling city shines in soft evening light. It feels as though the whole world holds its breath before the grandeur of the lighthouse. Listen to the gentle whisper of the sea. Light waves lap against the piers, reflecting the lighthouse's fire, and the wind carries the scent of sea salt and fresh herbs from the islands. At this moment, you realize that the lighthouse is more than a structure. It is a guardian, a symbol of knowledge, engineering genius, and humanity's pursuit of light. Its creators knew that their work would save sailors' lives, and that their efforts would provide a guide for all travelers seeking their way home. You sit on the edge of the observation platform, feeling the cool stone beneath your hand. Below, the craftsmen continue their work, and you notice the details. The precise stonework, the gleam of bronze elements, the soft light of the fire reflecting on the water. Every detail is part of a grand plan, a harmony, and an engineering masterpiece connecting humans and nature, city and sea. You imagine this lighthouse standing for centuries, guiding thousands of people, quietly living its majestic life. Night gradually falls. Stars begin to twinkle in the sky, reflecting in the calm waters of the harbor. The lighthouse's fire flickers gently, creating a golden path across the sea. You close your eyes and imagine the soft light of the fire guiding ships through the Ephesus. Night, every moment, every breath of wind, every wave part of the great harmony created by human labor and nature. You feel a calmness as if the entire world pauses in silence, and the lighthouse on the cliff seems to whisper, "May your path be illuminated. May your dreams find their direction, and may your soul feel harmony." You feel lightness and serenity, understanding that humanity can create things that connect hearts, minds, and nature. And as you gradually drift into sleep, the lighthouse's fire softly glows in your mind. The stars twinkle above, and the gentle splash of waves lulls you. You sail across the sea of imagination, feel the soft breeze and salt on your skin. Experience harmony and grandeur, and with every breath realize that this lighthouse is a symbol of human wisdom, resilience, and pursuit of light. Your thoughts calm, your heart fills with peace, and your mind drifts into a deep, gentle sleep, where dreams and reality merge in magical harmony. Imagine that we are taking our final journey through time, revisiting each of the wonders of the ancient world we have just explored. First, we stood by the great Pyramids of Giza, where the stones seemed to whisper secrets of ancient genius and unsolved mysteries. We imagined the lives of the builders, their efforts, their belief in eternity, and their desire to create monuments that could withstand the test of time. The pyramids are a symbol of human intellect and the quest for immortality. Then we were among the hanging gardens of Babylon, where the harmony of nature and engineering amazed the imagination. Green terraces, blooming plants, and the soft murmur of water in fountains and channels created a magical oasis in the desert. We saw how builders cared for every plant, how engineers designed irrigation systems, and how architects achieved beauty and harmony. This magnificent garden became a symbol of love and devotion, as well as the remarkable interaction between humans and nature. Next, we moved to the Temple of Artemis in Ephesus, a temple that embodied harmony, beauty, and spirituality. We saw the life of the builders, their skill and labor, and watched the temple come alive as each column, statue, and relief was created with love and attention to detail. The temple became a center of religious, cultural, and commercial life, a place where humans sought to unite the material and spiritual. We remembered the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, a grand tomb symbolizing love, memory, and mastery. The grandeur, expressed in every sculpture, relief, and column, amazed the imagination. We saw how Artemisia personally oversaw construction, inspiring artisans, and how each person involved in building the mausoleum contributed skill and soul, and, of course, the Colossus of Rhodes, which greeted ships in the harbor as if the sun god himself was watching over the island. We imagined workshops, bronze welding, hoists, and the synchronized work of hundreds of artisans creating this magnificent masterpiece. The Colossus symbolized resilience and unity, engineering and artistic perfection, inspiring people for centuries. Each wonder of the world is more than a building. It is a symbol of human genius, craftsmanship, creativity, love, faith, and the desire to leave a mark in history. These monuments unite engineering, art, and spirituality, showing what humans can achieve when labor and inspiration are combined with dreams of eternity. Imagine rising slowly above all the wonders, each bathed in the soft golden light of sunset. We see not only stones, marble, bronze, and greenery, but the living history, the lives of people who built, dreamed, were inspired, and created. These wonders continue to live in humanity's memory, reminding us of the importance of beauty, harmony, knowledge, and the pursuit of greatness. Finally, close your eyes and feel the soft whisper of the wind, the gentle light of sunset, and the harmony flowing through all the wonders of the world. Each stone, leaf, and sculpture is part of humanity's great story, a story that inspires us to believe in the power of creation, human potential, and that great dreams can become reality. When you open your eyes, let the memory of these wonders remain with you, inspiring creativity, exploration, and the pursuit of greatness. May these astonishing creations, born of human thought, inspire us toward new ideas and dreams that one day may become the wonders of our own time.